You know, the one thing that keeps coming up as I speak to people about their coming out stories, and for the loved ones of those that have come out, is that for many people, especially those who came out years ago, even decades ago, the experience was so very different. There was way more fear, way more chance of attack, way more discrimination, way more uncertainty, and often far, far less understanding. And yet today, we're living in a time where the LGBTQ+ community is even more visible than ever before. There are more voices, more representation, more openness, and that is something truly powerful. But with that visibility also comes new conversations. Some people feel that identity is more accepted now. Others feel that it's sometimes misunderstood or even simplified. There are those that wonder if parts of it are at times seen as a trend rather than a deep personal truth. This show isn't about what's right and what's wrong, it's about perspective. It's about experience. It's about authenticity. It's about understanding the journey from where it was to where it is now, because every generation walks a different path. But every story still deserves to be heard. So, welcome to this episode of Coming Out. Let's open this conversation and hear what it really feels like for those that... Savannah, welcome to Coming Out. How are you, beautiful lady?
I'm so good. It's summer finally. The weather is nice.
Weather's crazy nice, right?
Yes, it's amazing. I'm sweating and I'm wearing this. So, but I can't put the fan on because we're doing this.
Oh, okay. We'll have to talk really, really fast then. So just you can put it on.
No.
Are you sure?
It's like one of those really old ones that make a lot of noise.
Oh, so it sounds like there's a propeller plane going over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. It sounds like an airport kind of thing.
Because obviously, being a gay British guy that lives in Mexico, I've got a little sunflower fan that's like this big next to that. So it's only touching my eyelashes. I don't think it's doing any good on any other part of my body. And literally a meter above me, I've got like it's great in the winter time because it gets chilly here during the day. So it's great in the winter time to have like metal roofs and metal doors. Because, you know, like I come downstairs in the winter, I put my bum on the front door and it's lovely and warm and I'm like, oh, this is lovely. But in the summer when I've got like a metal roof a meter above my head, it feels like there's like a radiator here.
Oh, yeah. Dangerous.
Yeah. It's pain.
Yeah. I can't do it. No.
No pain, no gain.
But I have ice water here, so I'm good.
You are on it. So prepared.
Yes.
Anyone would think... What's that?
Yeah, sorry?
I said anyone would think you're lesbian. You're completely prepared.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's the typical stereotypes. I just checked my nails. Okay,
this is maybe not the typical stereotype. Maybe you're still drifting in between.
Yeah, just a little bit here.
But today we're actually talking about, because obviously you're an out gay artist, and you know, and I want to talk to you about what it's been like for you to come out. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take you back to a moment. If you could tell me a little bit about when you realised you wanted or needed to come out.
So this is the issue, is that my life has been so easy with this. So it was never a time where I was like, oh, I need to come out, or, oh, I wonder. Like my parents from day one, they never asked me like, oh, do you like some guy in school? Or they never asked me like, do you have a boyfriend? You know, they always kept it gender neutral since I was a child. You know, they never forced that upon me to be like, you know, and I always knew that they would be okay with it. So I never felt like, oh, I have to tell my mom that I like girls too. You know, I never felt that need. But then when I got into my first serious relationship, I was just like, okay, well, I want my parents to meet her. So I was just like, hey, Mom, do you want to meet my girlfriend? And that's kind of how it came out.
Cool.
Yeah.
How old were you at the time of this?
This was 2023. 2024? So it wasn't that long ago,
Okay.
but I have dated girls before that, and it wasn't. Yeah, it just I never felt the need to come out because I knew it wasn't going to be a big deal to anyone. I don't have a single person in my family, including like the older generations, that would have a problem with it. So it was
Amazing.
never. Yeah, it's for me that has been really nice. I have faced other um what is the word in English? Like I've had negative experiences too, but not in the I'm scared kind of way. It's more
Right.
been
Just
like
negative
not
responses just from, yeah.
yeah, more like guys kind of wanting to date and not realizing that maybe I'm not interested in you. It's more been like that it's not been taken seriously. But I've never yeah, I haven't had like that terrible experience personally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, obviously, you had a girlfriend. It was your first serious relationship.
Yeah.
Was that literally a situation you went to your family and said, "Look, I would really like you to meet my girlfriend," or how was it?
So yeah, it was funny because she actually lived in Germany and she came to visit me because we met online. So she came to visit me and she used to, well, we're not together anymore, but she was very into boxing and like working out and stuff. And she was going to stay with me and she hadn't brought her workout shoes. And she had, she was shorter than me and she had smaller feet than me. So she couldn't borrow my shoes. So I was like, you can ask my mom to borrow her shoes. So I actually called my mom and I was like, hey, can my girlfriend borrow some shoes? And she was like, sure. And that was the first time I told her that I had a girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else has that story. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, I think that is
And it's
completely
funny
unique.
because, yeah, and the girl I'm dating now is a different girl, but she's also from Germany. So for
Okay,
some reason, well, they're not from Germany, but they both live there.
I'm spotting a trend here. But no,
It's
because
really,
she's Argentinian, right?
yeah, she's Argentinian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got smaller feet. Does she borrow your mum's shoes?
Yes,
Oh,
actually, she too. Both of my ex girlfriend and my current girlfriend, they're both like the same height, like really small and like small feet. Yeah.
so I'm guessing
Um,
your current relationship, your family have met your current girlfriend as well, right?
yes, yes, definitely. She's met all of my friends and my family. Yeah.
Did you have any responses from anyone like in your social group that you thought might have gone differently? Was you surprised by someone's response?
Well, I did have one friend. This was 2023, who I felt like she was. I don't want to shit talk, but I felt like she was a little bit like, I think this is just a phase for you. She was kind of hinting at those kind of things. We're not friends anymore because I didn't feel comfortable. Once my relationship with my ex ended, I felt like I can't introduce a new girl to her because she's just gonna not take it well. So we're not friends anymore. But that was uh, yeah, it was a little bit difficult with her. But I think it wasn't coming from like a horrible place. I think she had an idea of what our life's gonna be like, that we're gonna get
Right.
like pregnant at the same time and stuff, and then
Yeah.
it kind of didn't go with her plans, if that
Was
makes sense.
was there anyone that you thought might be negative about it that really shocked you and was absolutely amazing about it?
No, honestly, like everyone in my life are amazing with this. My grandmother wants grandchildren. So that was like her reaction was like, "Oh, am I still gonna get grandchildren?" I was like, "I'll try," but like that was the only thing. Like no one has had a problem with it, thank God.
That is amazing. Did it I'm guessing because of like you're very blessed to have such a supportive kind of family and friendship group. Did you I don't know, like did you feel more accepted after coming out, or did it not really change the goalposts at all? Was it just it's just I'm just introducing my girlfriend and that's it, or was it like, wow,
Yeah.
these people really do get me?
No, for me, that didn't change anything because I knew already that everyone in my circle and outer circle too were very accepting. And like, I think also coming from Sweden, it's like one of the most liberal countries.
Yeah,
It's just pride flags everywhere. But it has been more of like when you meet people that you're not friends with, then you're gonna introduce yourself and you're gonna say, "This is my girlfriend." That's still kind of like a struggle sometimes because you don't know how people are gonna react. But
Yeah.
not when it comes to people that I actually knew.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I guess, like, people think, well, I came out, when I was this age, or I came out when, in the 80s or 90s or whatever. But for me, it's always a process of coming out, and it's always a process of deciding. I mean, there's a lot of people like, well, this is me. I'm here. I'm queer. Accept me. And actually, I'm like that on many levels. Like, I can't help who I am. I don't want to help them. Also, this doesn't define who I am either. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so many other things apart from because I like, a guy sexually. But also, there are some times where, like where I live now, is really religious, really backward, and I, at the most, would probably say I'm 100% gay, but I would probably say at the most I was bisexual, and I'd probably tell one of the lads that, because I think that would be easier to digest. But I don't know if being gay would be accepting here, and if it kind of it feels almost like I live in a really old-fashioned machista kind of farming community. So I could pretty much imagine that if the crops failed, it would be because there's now a gay in the village.
Yeah.
And that needs to be dealt with. It might not. I could be completely blown it out of all context. But, so even at 53 years old, and I've been out since I was over 30 years anyway, I still feel the need to have to kind of decide who knows, who doesn't know. Is it wise to tell people? And it's a process. It's a lifelong process, which means it's also, I don't know, like, straight people don't have to go through that.
Definitely not.
They never have to think, oh, this is my husband, this is my wife, these are our kids. They never have to analyze a situation. And sometimes you can't even analyze a situation in that moment. You've got to wait. I mean, I've been living here 2 months and I still don't know what the situation would be like.
Yeah.
I made a really funny, like a stupid joke the other day to one of the guys that was working the land. And I thought it was quite funny, and I can be funny on occasion. But, and then he said, "Oh, that's really weird."
Oh.
And I felt ill. Like, it was really, it screwed my head for a couple of days. I'm like, fuck, it was only a joke. Like, there was nothing to be, maybe it was a lost in translation of, Spanish and English, but it was like, oh my God, that's really weird. But in a really like, I'm fucking going now.
Yeah.
Like, it was only nothing to do with gayness at all. I mean, it wasn't like, so I still think, there's always going to be people that don't get and don't appreciate unless you're very blessed to live in Sweden. Wonderful.
Yeah, and even if you live in Sweden, like, I've had it easy. There are people that have it hard even in Sweden, And I think, like, for me, and maybe you too, I think people have an idea of what a gay person looks like. And I don't think we necessarily fit into maybe that idea.
Right.
I don't know, at least I don't think people directly
just
think
look
that
at you
about
straight
me.
away and think, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to the guy where I sing, and it's a gay couple that own the hotel, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe someone said that I triggered him because of my look.
Yeah.
And they said, well, mate, you're a shaved head, tattooed, little stocky geezer. Like, like, you don't mincing in peacock feathers with pink fluffy shoes. Like, like, you look as if you're going to knock someone out. Actually, you're really lovely and kind. So it's like, so you will. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just me. I don't even know
well, that's how I feel. For me, I feel like I'm really chill and laid back and like nice, but I think maybe I come across as something else, especially if you have an idea of what a gay person looks like. But I think, like, I have friends. Most of my friends are queer, and all of them have bad experiences.
Really?
I think I'm the one who doesn't. Yeah, I have friends who are like very. Like, I have a butch friend she's been through all of it. Like she has been screamed at on the streets, and that's in Sweden. So I think also the reason why I have been not experienced that is because maybe people can't see it on me the same way. So I think I'm blessed in a lot of ways, like living in a country that protects queer people, but also the fact that yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, completely. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not fitting the stereotype.
Exactly. So the people that are hateful, they don't target me.
Yeah.
I would say.
It's quite
Because they
interesting.
don't know.
We covered it a little bit before, we started recording, and it was like, we are. I mean, when I was younger, when I came out, I mean, there was nothing gay. I mean, the
Yeah.
only gay thing was really like effeminate comedians that were hilariously funny, and they were like, "Oh no, oh stop, oh
Yeah.
give," it was that kind of, that old 80s kind of humor, and it was
Yeah.
really funny. But no one, I mean, people assumed, but no one knew because it was never talked about because there was nothing talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a soap opera in the late 80s had their first gay couple, and it was like really, really controversial,
Yeah.
but now we live in an era where every single, I mean, I watch Netflix on my nights off when I'm not working, and there's pretty much a member of the community in every single series now,
Yeah.
which is great
Yeah.
on some levels. But do you feel, like we're talking about me caning TikTok, and do you think sometimes that there are still the haters. There are still the people that will want you stabbed. I mean, especially, we're going into, if we want to look at religious fanatics and stuff like this,
Yeah.
on both sides of the coin, Christian, Muslim, and I don't know about, the other more kind of, the other religions, but I know for definitely Christian and Muslim would like pretty much all gay people dead. We've seen what's happened recently in Germany at Pride and stuff like that. Do you think that on some level, we've gone from being open about it to being more in your face about it, and that is on some level leading lambs to the slaughter? Like it's, you kind of know now where, oh yeah, that guy's got a TikTok channel, he's gay and he's down my road, let's go and beat the fuck out of him and put queer on his front door. Or do you think it's not like that anymore?
Well, I think, that's a hard question, because I think gay people in general would be targeted no matter what. Like, if you know someone is gay, I don't think it would matter if you keep it to yourself and try to be like a little bit underground about it, because I have a friend who is very like doesn't tell anyone, and he has still been targeted. So I don't think it really matters what you do.
Right.
If people know that you're gay, if they have a hateful mindset, then it's not gonna matter if you're in the Pride parade with like a Borat thong thing out, or if you're like, it doesn't matter. People are gonna hate, So
Right.
I think, for me, I think it's good with the more visibility, the better, because it's just like it shows that we're powerful together.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it would matter if we stopped. Does this make sense? I feel like my English is so bad today.
No, it's not. It's really good. It's really
No, my English.
No, but haters are gonna hate. I was beaten to shit
That's
before.
what I'm saying.
I was beaten to shit at school for being gay, even before I knew I was gay. Like I keep going on because actually one of my favorite shows is Heartstopper. I absolutely love it. I mean, and actually, apart from I didn't get a Nick Nelson or Kit Connor, I never got the head of the rugby team, but it was very much like my life. Like the boys, they wanted to have sex in the toilets, but then would beat the shit out of me afterwards, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was very back in the the early 80s and and that kind of time. So it was very much my story on a lot of levels. But I would say I was being beaten to shit for being gay before I even knew what being gay was about. But we're talking. There's a lot of stuff going on about the moment with like the trans community and a lot of the LGB community wanting to come away from that because they feel that it's not really representative. It's not a representation of their lifestyle and their choices, and I get that as well. But I remember like back in the day, and I mean really back in the day. So I was at primary school, so we're talking like 5-6 years old. I knew I was different 100%. I didn't know what I was because I didn't know about gay. I had no concept of gay, but I knew I was different. So I was literally saving my pocket money to have a sex change because I knew I was a girl. but because I knew I couldn't be a boy because I didn't do anything that boys did, so I must be a girl. There was my two options. And that
Yeah.
was, so I would have had a sex change at 7 years old, 100%, because I
Yeah.
had no concept about what being gay was about then.
Mm.
And do you think things are very different now, in a positive way, in a negative way? I mean, because obviously there are, along with the real true pioneers of our community, that kind of, like, we need to be accepted, we should be accepted, this is basic human rights. Do you also
Yeah.
think that on some level there are some people that make it a circus and it doesn't represent who we are as part of the LGBT community?
Yeah, I do think so. I think that I think because it's such an open and welcoming environment, like Pride is everyone is welcomed, it makes it so that everyone really does feel welcome, even people that might not relate to us, because we do accept everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a beautiful thing. But yeah, I think maybe sometimes in some aspects, um, yeah. Wait, sorry, what was the question again?
So, do you think that sometimes we can be over accepting?
Yeah. Well, I think there are certain things that we could be maybe a little bit over accepting of. But I also think it's a good thing that we are accepting. Does this make sense?
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like I
complete.
put a
Yeah.
question. Just
Do you feel that there needs to be? I mean, I'm just chatting now. Do you feel there needs to be some kind of, like? It's really hard because it's not even a thing you can particularly monitor, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I could tell you exactly and believe something exactly, but you could also believe that I'm just complete mental health. So
yes,
where is that line where, I mean, obviously, because having there are lots of mental health issues within the LGBT community, and not just because
yeah,
of who we are or who we think we are, but also because of the lifestyles that we've had. We've had to live in
yeah,
private, in secret, and it causes lots of
exactly.
issues. And do you think sometimes that I don't know, like the acceptance of people to they that we can be a little bit too accepting at our own detriment?
Um,
Or do you think it's one shoe fits all? Come everyone, come be merry, come party, come play.
I do think that it is a little bit like everyone is welcomed, and but I also think it's important to realize that there are certain that not everything is the same. Like everyone is welcome, but there are also there are oh god, my English is so bad today. I'm so
No, you're doing all
sorry.
right, mate. No, I kind of. For me, it's almost like it's not one side. This is why, for me, I'm really not a label queen. I really don't
Yeah.
like labels because, for me, rather than the millions of letters of the alphabet, I mean, thank God I'm not dyslexic, because
Yeah.
even our community group is an
Yeah.
effort for me to
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
remember.
Sometimes I forget stuff and I feel really bad, and I'm like, oh
Oh,
wait,
I think there's numbers and letters after LGBTQIA plus
yeah,
that come, and I have no idea what they even mean, let
yeah,
alone
same here.
what they stand for.
Yeah,
But although I'm meant to be part of that community, but I
yeah,
kind of think that maybe it would just be nice to have human pride, or just pride.
yeah,
And pride is
yeah,
literally
exactly.
about, it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
it's just everyone is loved and accepted. You don't need to be part of surely we are a community just by being the same species, right? With all our
yeah,
individual colors and
yeah,
likes and dislikes and thoughts and plans
yeah,
and aspirations and ages, and
exactly.
I think that
Yeah, and that's the thing with labels, because I used to be very like, fuck labels. Wait, can I curse? Sorry.
yeah.
I cursed. Okay, good. I used to be
Oh my
very
god, you're
much
so
like,
fucking lesbian.
I don't know what's happening with me today. I think I've cursed before in the show. I just forgot. No, but I used to be very much like, oh, why does it matter? Like, just call yourself a human. But I also think a lot of people find some kind of comfort in labels, and they feel like maybe they've hidden a huge part of themselves for so long, and now that they found a label that actually describes how they feel, they value that really high, and that's why they have it. So I used to only see it from my perspective, that
I get
like
that.
labels aren't necessary. But I also understand, like, if you come from a different place than I do, because I'm a very privileged person when it comes to this, then labels could be really important and something that you can pride yourself in, you know?
So having that acceptance, having that tribe that
Yeah, yeah,
get you.
exactly. Yeah.
Have you so you think that like the increased visibility of the community has been something that is absolutely brilliant, or do you think it's actually brought new challenges, or because it's very
It has
different to back in the day?
definitely. But I do think that it gets more and more accepted. Every year we get more and more accepted, and sure, we see more hate, but that could be like internet stuff or whatever. But I feel in general, more and more countries are like advocating for our rights and stuff. Um, but of course, it comes with negativity too. So I do think that we're doing something right. And there are certain things in our community that I don't agree with, and certain things that I don't understand. A lot of things that I don't understand, but I try to just keep an open mind, because there are a lot of things that I don't understand, but I know they are good
Right.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think for me, even the things that I don't understand, as long as you're a decent human being and you feel like you're supporting me, I'll support you, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. What would you
Yeah.
say to someone that was thinking of that was going through their kind of the whole coming out process now, and and didn't know whether they should or they shouldn't, or what advice would you give to somebody?
Um, well, first of all, I think it's very important to know that you don't just come out once. It's like something you do every single day.
Yeah.
You know, every time you meet a new person, you have to come out again. And it is a challenge, but it's also a challenge to not come out ever and keep it hidden. I think, I don't know statistics, but I can imagine that more people that are in the closet are like struggling with mental health than people that are coming out. Because even though it comes out, like coming out comes with backlash sometimes, I think it's easier in the long run to be truthful to yourself than to like pretend to be someone you're not and like live a fake life or something. So I think just it's gonna be hard to come out maybe, but it's worth it for most people, I would
Do
say.
you think people need to come out to everybody, or you monitor who you come out to? Because obviously, if you know
I
that your next door neighbor is gonna, I don't know, beat the shit out of you when you go shopping because
Yeah,
it's really like gay phobic, would you
yeah, yeah.
necessarily tell that person, or would you think it's, well, maybe I'll
For
just
me,
choose my.
yeah, I would choose, and I still to this day do that. I don't just like come out to any single person I meet. Like um, sometimes I'm in certain environments when I feel like I'm not gonna say anything about this and just not just like keep quiet. And I think it's unfortunately something you have to remember, that some people could get physical with you and you could, you know, end up getting hurt. So maybe sometimes you have to hide it for your own sake, even though you shouldn't have. But I think people that you want in your life and you want to be open and honest with, you should come out to them. But
Yeah,
also do it, don't just like randomly do it, like think it through. And because it's a huge change, so make sure that you feel confident in what you're gonna do, and do it. I don't know if that makes
absolutely,
sense.
that's perfect. What hope do you have for the future of the LGBTQIA community in terms of like
Yeah.
of understanding and authenticity?
Well, my hope, the thing is, I feel so proud of this community, and I feel like we are just all about love and like accepting everyone. So my hope is for the rest of the world who are not a part of this community to see that we're not a threat to anyone. And I hope that one day I won't have to maybe look up if I'm illegal in some country, if I can go travel with my girlfriend to some country like it would be really nice to be able to just travel and not worry about like, are we gonna get arrested? You know, that's my hope for the future. But I feel like that's kind of far from right now, but it's gonna happen one day that everyone's just gonna be equal and accepted for who they love.
I mean, if you'd asked me in 1996 what I thought it would be like in 2026, I kind of
Yeah,
thought, well, there'll be no labels, there'll be no nothing, everything. I mean, I remember it was gay clubs and straight clubs, you know,
yeah,
and you know now, and then all of a sudden there was no gay clubs because gay people were going to straight clubs and everything was fine. But I think, you know,
yeah,
I listened to some stories about people like in the States and other countries where on some levels it's actually going backwards. You know,
yeah,
there are parts of the states that are now making it illegal to be and refusing to
yeah,
help, and you know, like, so on some levels we're kind of going backwards, which I never thought I would have seen
yeah,
30 years later, you know.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I'm very like just stuck in my country and how accepting it is. So I'm not very educated on the rest of the world because I don't want to realize that there are places that are so hateful, you know?
yeah,
It's hard
digest
to
it.
look up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Like I really should read more about that, but it makes me really sad to know that there are people that hate me just for who I like, you know?
Yeah.
So I am very lucky to live in Sweden where I'm just allowed to be whoever like I want to be and love whoever I want, you know?
How does it affect you? I mean, your partner is an Argentinian living in Germany.
Mm,
How does it affect your partner's life in Argentina? Because I'm kind of guessing, because obviously Mexico, huge
yeah,
Catholic country, where the guys can go and shag women behind their wives' back, but God
yeah,
forbid you're gay.
yeah,
You know, it's like,
yeah.
you know, what's it like in Argentina for your partner?
Yeah, so in Argentina, from what I have understood, it's like one of the most accepting
Oh,
countries when it comes to this. Yeah, I think they legalized gay marriage like 1 year after Sweden did.
okay.
So yeah, and that was a long time ago. It was in the 2000s, so it wasn't that long ago, but still, like considering how the world looks, they have legalized it. And I think it's one of the more open countries actually. So it's good in Germany as well. So we're very lucky to come from countries like that, but that's again, it's like very small amount of people that are blessed to live in countries that are so
Right.
welcoming.
Yeah. No, I get that. Savannah, thank you so much for sharing your story about coming out and your advice and, you know, just everything that you've talked about today. Thank you for your openness and your
Yeah,
honesty. I really
thank
appreciate it. It's
you. I
always
hope my
lovely to
English
speak to
is
you.
okay.
Your English was
Oh,
bloody fine, chica. No way
I don't know what
problemo.
happened to my English today. It's the sun.
It's, oh yeah, I was going to say, you know, it's really early in the morning, but it's not for you.
No, 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 it's not early for
It's
me
the
at
heat,
all, and
man. We'll say it's the heat.
it's the heat. I'm sweating,
There's no
and just
fan.
there's no fan. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like honestly, my English today. I don't know.
Nice necessarily. We had a really good conversation, and I love speaking to you and catching up with you. So, thank you so much for being on my show, and we will catch up again very soon, honey.
Yes.
See you later, my darling. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me on episode 5 of Coming Out. If you have any questions for either myself or Savannah, please put it in the comment section of this episode. No hating, anything hating or nasty will be removed instantly. It's not about that. It's just about people's real life experiences. But if you have any questions for Savannah, please put it in the comment section of this video. And if you have a story to tell, if you have a coming out story to tell, then please get in touch with me. I'd love to have you on the show. Please subscribe, please share, please like, please comment, and I will see you on whatever comes next on JCTV. See you later. Bye-bye.